Good morning, guys. Aaron Dorr here with the Missouri Firearms Coalition. A lot of you have been asking us questions about all the news stories about the Supreme Court of the United States, not here in Missouri, looking into Missouri's SAPA law. I'm going to break down what's happening right now so you guys know what is happening right now this morning here in Missouri. So, everyone knows the government hates the Second Amendment Preservation Act, and we all know why. Because Missouri's SAPA law says that Missouri's troopers, Missouri's deputies, Missouri's city cops will only enforce Missouri's laws when it comes to firearms, ammunition, and accessories. So Joe Biden can pass whatever he wants. He can mandate whatever he wants via executive order. He can pass treaties, all this crap, and that's fine. It will not be enforced here in Missouri by Missouri cops. And that's a real problem for this tyrannical president because they have always relied on state and local authorities to be the enforcement arm for federal gun control. Missouri SAPA law says, no, we will not let you use our cops in that way. So, no surprise, the DOJ and Joe Biden and Merrick Garland himself have been involved in the appeal, the challenge rather, regarding SAPA's constitutionality. And so, as you guys may remember, last summer, we had oral arguments in Kansas City with Judge Wimes. Judge Wimes is a radical leftist. It was no surprise when earlier this year, he came out and said SAPA is illegal. He never answered the question about if it's constitutional. He never interacted with the Supreme Court precedent on the idea of the states having the right to tell the feds, we're not going to comply, we're not going to help you with your mandates. He just said, I don't like it, and I don't think it's legal, and so he struck it down. Now, the day he did that, Attorney General Andrew Bailey asked him for a stay on his decision. And what that means is the judge said, yes, I don't like SAPA, but I'm going to put a stay on my order, which will allow SAPA to remain in effect, to remain the current law, pending the outcome of all the appeals that will surely follow. And so that stay was granted by Judge Wimes almost immediately. And from there, A.G. Bailey asked the Eighth Circuit for a more permanent stay, pending the final outcome of the appeals before the Eighth Circuit. That was 6 months ago. Now, a week ago Friday, the Eighth Circuit, in this bizarre one-sentence ruling, came back and said, we will not give you a stay on SAPA law. And so, again, there has not been any arguments before the Eighth Circuit about whether or not SAPA is constitutional. They just said, we're not going to extend the stay in the meantime. Bizarre. They didn't tell us what judges signed off on this. It was a very weird ruling from the Eighth Circuit. So last week then, Attorney General Bailey appealed directly to the Supreme Court, to Brett Kavanaugh, and they have now asked the Supreme Court to render their final decision on whether or not to extend the stay on Missouri's SAPA law. That decision then rests in the hands not just of Brett Kavanaugh, but the entire Supreme Court. The schedule here is as follows. The state of Missouri has asked for the stay. Yesterday was the DOJ's deadline to respond, to give their side to the Supreme Court, and we may have a decision from the Supreme Court as early as today or any day this week on whether or not to extend the stay on Missouri's SAPA law. Now look, obviously if we win this, we'd be ecstatic. If we lose this, though, understand this. It is not a decision on the merits of SAPA. They are not considering if it's constitutional. They're not considering if it applies or complies with previous Supreme Court precedent. They're not talking about the 10th Amendment. It's simply their decision on whether or not to continue the stay here in Missouri and to allow our SAPA law to remain enforced pending the outcome of litigation. So guys, it's moving very quickly. We should have an answer from the from the Supreme Court. We know what the DOJ would say. We should have an answer from the Supreme Court very quickly. We'll keep you guys informed. But guys, if you're not getting our emails, you need to sign up. Go to joinmofc.com or our full website, MissouriFirearmsCoalition.org, and get signed up today, guys. We'll be in touch as soon as we can. Have a great day.